Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Ruck, and you're tuning into Real Ruck TV. We have a special guest today. I'm here with the famous Honey Simone,
I'm not famous. Hey everybody, I'm Honey Simone.
and I have the beautiful Miss Honey with me. So I would like to get to know you as a woman in the city of Atlanta. What's it like out here?
Okay. Well, I mean, Atlanta's pretty awesome. There's lots of things to do as a college graduate.
College
As a
graduate.
scholar. But as a college student, like, if you're involved on campus or you stay on campus or you go to class, you're bound to run into somebody or something to do. So, I mean, Atlanta's a pretty busy city. It's cool, you know. I don't know, if you can stay busy if you want to, you stay out of trouble if you want to, you can get in trouble too.
Right. And as a college student, I know that those opportunities are very, very constant. But as a woman, as attractive as yourself, how different is it compared to everyone else?
Okay. I mean, I don't know if I can compare my experiences to other people.
You're not comparing your experiences, you're giving your personal one.
But my personal experience as a woman, I mean, if you're asking like as far as dating and stuff is concerned.
Not necessarily even dating. You said before that you meet a lot of people.
Yeah,
Do you feel as though you meet more people than the average college student just because you are a woman who has such this light personality that's all buttery and bubbly?
I think it has to do with my personality, but also like because I do music and stuff.
So, as a woman that's in college, your experience is a little bit different because you do music and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So you're into the artistic
Underground
world.
arts, yeah. So like I don't party that often. I mean, I used to party a lot, but no shit.
Pulling out your earring.
Right. But now I'm more so. I do a lot more like shows and performances, and then I meet people that way, like on art events. When I'm singing background or I'm doing showcases and things like that, I meet a lot of people that way.
Okay. Now we know for women in Atlanta, the dudes out here are a little different, real different sometimes. So if you like had to say on that really, really good day, how many guys stop you in traffic, approach you, all the above on that good day, that real good day?
That good day. But usually if I'm ovulating, any guy who I walk past tries to stop me, but that's more because I feel like they can smell it.
You think so?
No, I mean men can smell our pheromones when we're ovulating.
What?
And so it makes us more attractive to them because that's around the time when we're like get pregnant, but the chemicals that our body give off, men can sense it. So like strippers make 3 times more money in the month during their ovulation period than they do the rest of the month.
This is some real game right here. I really did not know this.
Because they're just physically, they're more attracted to men during that time, just because of their smell.
I gotta put that in the rough notes real quick. Mental notes real quick.
When I'm walking around, when I'm ovulating, or any guy's gonna stop me.
During ovulation?
During my ovulation period, but like, guys are pretty like aggressive. Well, they're nice. I wouldn't say nice. They're like passive aggressive down here.
Okay.
It's like they hide like their aggressiveness behind Southern hospitality.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, hey, sweetie, but they'll still like come up on you,
touch
grab
you.
you,
Yeah,
and stuff like
definitely.
that. But I mean, I get approached all the time. To be honest.
Okay, so like
if I'm
how many on that good day if you had to throw a number at me?
Dang, like I walk around downtown, so like I may see like 30 or 40 guys within that entire day. About on the regular day, about half of them, about 25, will say something to me. About 30 will stare. Maybe only 10 won't look my direction at all.
Now how many of them are bold enough to actually like try to stop you and have a conversation?
Oh, that's about like half of them, about 20 of them. They're either gonna say something or like if I look at them, they're gonna like create a conversation or try to. I'll keep walking, like they'll try and stop me. Sometimes I get followed.
Okay. Now for the deeper question, how many of those guys actually are successful in like not necessarily getting your number? You know, that's kind of like cloudy. Like, how many of them would you say get a W? As in, like, you know, not even necessarily trying to take you out, but like, you know, maybe to be your like future art friend. How many of them are successful in their approach?
I mean, I don't really know how to define that because sometimes it's dependent on my mood,
Okay.
how receptive I am
And
to
on
certain
that-
things, and then also it depends on how they like are interacting with me. So like, or in like where we're interacting, if it's like a time and place for that, or if they're like just making a scene, or sometimes they're just doing the most like if they're with their niggas. Niggas like to show out sometimes. So
Definitely do. They definitely do.
Call across the street or something. But
Right.
if I'm like at an event or something, like someone who like pulls me to the side,
Okay.
makes a comment about like my performance or something, it's more likely to get a better
Okay. Now,
conversation from me.
Now, I don't mean in the situation where you feel as though you have to give them your Instagram or your number for
Yeah,
them to get out your
because-
face.
yeah.
I mean the guy
Because
that you
that's-
yeah, because I know that happens. I mean the guy that actually you have no problem like, you know, giving him your number so he can call you sometime or your Instagram
How
so y'all
often?
can network. And so,
So how often do I do that?
right.
I mean, I'm pretty nice, so like,
That is not the question. The question is, how many out of those 25 that you're like, okay, this dude's cool, you know, he
Maybe
got a little
like-
something going on, you know, I give him the number,
maybe
it's
like
cool.
3 or 4.
3 or 4, okay,
Out
okay.
of the ones on like a really, really good day, if I'm socializing a lot, like I'm
Okay,
in a good
okay.
mood. I mean, I definitely tell guys, no, you can't have my number. I'll give you my social media sometimes because it's just kind of like whatever, like you can have my social media.
Now, from your experience, like how hurt do they get normally by that?
I mean, when I was younger, when I first started going to Georgia State, I dealt with a lot of like anger from guys. But I think that was also because they could smell my intimidation probably a bit. So like they
I
could
guess we
tell that
really
maybe
are
I
dogs.
was a little bit nervous, like or a little bit more like timid at the time. But I
Okay.
feel like now I'm just more confident. Like I can smile and tell them no.
Right.
And so it's kind of like, you know, it doesn't bother me none however you're feeling, but I think that they can sense like a different type of, I don't know, something about me because I don't get a lot of like negative, aggressive like responses now. But I think that has a lot to do with like how I carry myself as far as like it's my arrogance almost.
Absolutely.
I think that's
absolutely.
more of it, not so much that like I'm
tell
more of a lady now than I was then.
I
But
tell
like,
people all the time.
like I could be somebody, so they don't necessarily bother me as
I
much.
tell people all the time, if you're gonna be something, and if you are arrogant, ride that out because low self-esteem will always lose to arrogance every single time.
I
So,
and I mean,
being-
people look at
being
arrogance
too-
as like a negative thing.
Right, and it's
but,
not.
Like,
I don't think it is
if
at all.
it's extreme, there has to be balance in everything. But I don't
Always.
necessarily look at it as something negative. Like,
me either.
I definitely feel like my level of like mental like understanding of things puts me at a higher level of competence than most people that I run
Right.
into, and that's just on a day-to-day basis.
And it
So,
rubs some people the wrong way. So it doesn't necessarily
Yeah,
mean
like-
that you're arrogant or cocky. It just means that, you know, you have something they don't have, and it's envy.
Yeah, yeah, like it doesn't exactly.
Right, so-
it's just how you take it, like.
Right.
But I think I have a level of like presence. I've learned that I'm growing with a level of presence where like if I do decide to speak to a guy, they're more so in awe than I'm even saying anything to them.
Right.
But that's just because of where I am right now.
And there's nothing wrong with that because I feel as though, you know, playing the whole confidence thing, even if it's a little too much, I feel like from my personal experience, you're playing a winning game.
Yeah.
Because even if it's too much for them, they're getting what they need because
Yeah.
everybody needs that confidence from that other person across from them.
Yeah.
No matter how
And it
much
shows a level
they
of respect
need. Yeah.
too. Like if I'm confident in myself, I can be respectful and comfortable in the situation. You can't make me uncomfortable because I create my, you know what I'm saying? I'm controlling this energy that I'm in right now. So if I'm
Definitely.
uncomfortable, I'm just gonna walk away because I don't owe you anything other than I don't
Exactly.
owe you anything. Like I don't owe you this conversation. So,
Right.
but that's just how I look at it now. But I know before, like I know that guys can be very aggressive, very like they don't deal with like people saying no to them or denying them very well. I've been followed, you know what I'm saying? I've had stalkers and stuff before. You know, so I've experienced certain things, but
Wow.
I also know now I just don't deal with certain things anymore. So, and I think part of it is because of how I've become, how I carry myself in
Yeah,
general.
you're growing.
Yeah, like I'm just grown, and then also just the type of grown that I'm becoming. Because not every woman or man or whoever can walk in a way or carry themselves in a way where people don't even want to be, like, don't even want to bother that type of space.
Okay.
So like, I don't know.
So then, so I do want to get away from the guys, but first, I would like for you to tell your story as far as how you think a guy is supposed to go about, getting your number or like getting closer to you. It could be a complete stranger, whatever. What's your ideal way for the guy to approach you, consistently keep your attention, how to secure your trust, little stuff like that. What's your ideal guy?
Okay, well for me, it's kind of like this. I can only fall in love with a friend.
Okay.
So if you're not my friend first, then I'm not gonna pay you too much of any attention.
Okay.
Like, I mean, there are people who you can like and like people who you can have sex with.
Right.
All that type of stuff. But for me, it's more so like someone who really wants to get to know me as just an individual, not because they want something from me, but because they actually want to understand who I am.
Okay.
Because that's how I interact with people who I'm interested in. It's because I'm actually interested in getting to know them.
Okay.
So that's what brings my attention the most, is someone who pays it. And for me to know that you want to get to know me, you have to pay attention to me so you can ask me questions relevant to what I have.
Okay.
And if I'm talking, or if you're meeting me in like a setting like where I'm at a party and you see me socializing where I perform, don't just say hello and introduce yourself, because I'm constantly meeting people.
Right.
If you want me to remember you how you're remembering me as a guy or a girl, whoever's going to come and approach me, like, then you have to make it something that I'm going to remember, because everybody's coming up to me and saying hello, like, what is that?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And even with consistency, like, even if you're a shy person, you come up, I may even notice that, because consistency is a big thing for me too.
Okay.
I don't know, I mean, depends on my mood. Like,
Right.
I'm really chill, so like if I like you and I feel it, then I'll play off the stage too. But I just like people who are sure of themselves,
Right.
and then people who want to get to know me.
Okay, so
Because everybody wants to fuck with me, like, that's not
okay, so
you know what I'm saying?
So
Like,
backing up a little bit from that. So that first impression, like when he does meet you at that show, he does stop you at that Starbucks or that McDonald's, like that guy. So what type of cards does he have to play? Because I've always told people that, especially guys, that if you want to get a girl, not necessarily, not even get a girl, but get a girl and keep her attention, you have to show her something that she hasn't seen 20 times already this week. Because like you guys are like y'all are a hot topic. Like guys, like they get off.
we're the purpose of everything.
Yeah,
We're the
you guys are
reasons
the
why
purpose, like why
doing-
they walk the street.
Why they bathe.
Right,
You know what I'm saying?
why they pull out $600 to pay for an Arizona in the gas station, like it's all to get the female. So I tell them, like, you gotta show them something that she hasn't seen already, at least today. So so do you agree with that?
I mean, I definitely agree, but I also don't think everything has to be a fucking dick swinging performance contest. And niggas take it like, show her something she hasn't seen, which means be so over the top and so extra and so excessive that she can't not look at your way. Like, that's not necessarily it either. Like, it's about being your own special individual self, and you don't want someone who needs all these facades and stuff either. I mean, I like nice shit, I like gifts, but I take care of myself too. So whether you're giving it to me or I'm getting it myself, I'm gonna have what I want.
Okay.
So for me, yes, it would be nice to, like, it's cool to see a nigga who like dresses nice or whatever, but like that doesn't mean everything to me either. Like I go through phases where I don't give a fuck about what I have on, but that doesn't mean that I'm not a high quality person. Like,
Exactly,
so
definitely.
I think it just is more so people being true to themselves, so they can be somebody that somebody wants to fucking look at. Because the problem now is everybody's trying to be everybody else.
Definitely.
So that's why we see so much of the same shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's because everybody's copying instead of just trying to be themselves.
Definitely.
So it's like the same, different version of the same shit. Like iPhone 2.0, like everybody's the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
And I tell them and I tell the dudes all the time because they come to me and ask me, and I just be like, you're yourself and you're the best person at it, and you can use that to your advantage. You don't have to try and be something you're not.
Yeah.
So you don't have to
it's just excess energy used. That
you don't have to like go over the top to get what you need. You don't have to go over the top to get that female. All you have to do is like find out who you really are and like give that to her because then that's showing her something that she hasn't seen before, and then on top of that, you're being yourself, and then you're gonna get what you want in the end. So that's funny that you like. It's funny that you touched on that.
And then,
that's exactly what I said.
And then I think also like there's understanding yourself and getting to know yourself. And then there's also checking yourself too, because just because this is who you are and that's how you are doesn't mean that you can't improve and you can't be a better version of yourself. People get caught up get caught up in like, oh, I know who I am, this is who I am, so they just accept that shit or else. And people get stuck in that too.
Yeah, people get stuck in their ways, real stubborn.
And so I'm also into people who I feel like I'm a student of the universe. I say that about myself all the time. Like I'm constantly as wonderful and perfect as I may feel like I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can always grow. I can always be better.
Always
There's always things I can fix.
Yeah.
Right. And so people who can live like that, like truthfully and like honestly within themselves, I feel like have better relationships with themselves and other people.
Okay. And you said student of the universe. I like that. Okay, so I always say that I'm a scholar with a dollar sign instead of an S. And essentially what that means is I try and use every opportunity that I can, even if it's a negative experience, to always learn from it.
Yeah.
And then when I say dollar sign instead of an S, that means that my education goes beyond the classroom, so it becomes vocational education sometimes. So a student of the universe is kind of like the same thing. Those are kind of synonymous. So
yeah.
Okay, so stepping away, how learning helps you with guys. How does it help you as an actual businesswoman individual, like job opportunities and stuff? Like how many times do you get an opportunity to better yourself financially? Any of the above, just because of your constant learning abilities?
Well, I definitely feel like when you have a mindset like mine, where like you're into learning and creating and stuff, then you can create a way for yourself when you're not always given opportunities for certain things.
Okay.
But I'm also hungry and I'm willing to work, and I have grit.
Getting it out the mud.
What I'm saying?
I like that.
And a lot of people have dreams and ideas and things that they want, but they're not willing to work. And I'm willing to grind. Like I feel like that's a part of success. You have to have that part.
Yeah, you definitely have to have
so
that
you
work
can get to
ethic,
your dreams, and I feel like those things go hand in hand. Like I can't have a dream without a grind.
Most definitely.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Somebody has to get the job complete.
Yeah. So for me, I'm willing to do things and then I guess it's a level of humility too, because I work. If I need to get some money, I work at McDonald's. I'll work.
Anyway,
right. Not that I would even have to go that low because of the level of experience that I've had.
You don't grind hard
now.
if you really need
But
it.
if I need to, I would work at Quick Trip. I would do. To me, that's not any less than doing what I'm doing now.
Definitely.
Because none of it is what I really want to do. It's all just because I'm trying to put paper in my pocket so I can do what I'm trying to do.
Now this is Atlanta. A lot of girls get stopped. For the strip club scene. That's ever been thrown at you?
Of course. I mean,
that's that real money, man.
I honestly thought about it and considered it for a serious amount of time my junior year.
Go ahead and blue flame it up,
I know,
go ahead and do
my
it.
ass not fat enough. But
that don't mean anything.
Nah.
As long as you know what you're doing, you got that same confidence, willing to work, willing to learn, willing to better yourself. Somebody gonna throw them
You're right,
boys
but I don't like men enough to you know what I'm saying, be in that type of predicament.
Okay.
And I'm not willing to.
Well, I know a lot of women that go in there and pay top dollar to see a nice performance.
But it's way more men in there.
Oh, definitely.
And out of the
definitely.
7 days, 6 of them days is gonna be uncles that you don't want to see in there all night.
All right, so I'm gonna let you know right now, when you do apply, when you do get the job, my first strip club experience ever is gonna be at your strip club, because I've never been to one, and I do want to go. And then I will come to yours and I will show the support. I'll try and keep my eyes up and remember that's the homie honey. So I'm just I'm gonna pass these. I'm gonna take I'm gonna try and look at you. I'm gonna look at you like this and hand you the money and try stay focused.
I feel it. I got you.
Man,
that's funny.
I always said if I was like a woman in the city of Atlanta, give me like 5 years, 7 max,
Look.
and I'm gonna be retired,
Yeah.
have all
See,
my
I thought
investments
about
in
that.
order.
I thought about that.
I said that I would strip, be a bartender, and I would work at Hooters. That's all I would have to do.
But you don't understand. You don't understand the turmoil a lot of those women deal with in those fields of work.
I've heard the stories.
The
Yeah.
stuff that they have to deal with, and I'm just, you know what I'm saying. I'm not.
Yeah, you know, like
I'm not with it. I'm just not like.
That's your point.
And I wouldn't make. You have to be a certain. You have to have a certain mindset. You have to be able to separate yourself to a certain extent to make that type of money for real. Because to make that type of money, you have to deal with some bull fucking shit. And
Right.
not even you don't even have to be a prostitute or anything like that. Even if you're just stripping, just bartending, and just working at Hooters, level of disrespect and the disgusting things that you have to deal with when it comes to customers and men, especially who are in levels of power because they're paying you. So that's how they look. They look at you as, you know, and they are hiring you to a certain extent for a certain period of time.
Right.
So they're your customer, and the level of entitlement. Men already have that with women they don't pay. You know what I'm saying? I have to deal with that with niggas who are not putting no money in my pocket.
Right.
So I'm not finna then sit here and make that a job. Like I'm not doing that. Like I just don't have the patience.
So how do you battle like with the girl who like actually wants to actually secure that bag? She want to get in the bag.
I think it's a strong woman who can do
Strong
it because
woman?
I'm strong, but I'm in different ways.
Different
and my
ways?
strength would be my weakness in that.
Oh,
you know what I'm
okay,
saying?
I see what you're saying.
I can only be so submissive.
Oh, okay.
And especially in that
Not
type of
even if
situation.
that check is looking real, real cool.
I can get a check and not have to do that. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
that's true.
And,
That's real true.
and that's how I would look at it. Like I could, if I'm just gonna use my body, you know what I'm saying? I could do that and pick the nigga who I want to run his pockets. If I wanted to run pockets, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I could do it like that. Not
Good.
that, but I also don't intend. I don't want to. I need a nigga to have money if he's gonna rock with me because I'm gonna have money.
Right.
But
right.
like I'm not. My intention also is not to just find a nigga to take care of me. Or like find a nigga whose money I'm trying to run. Like you gonna run some money if you with me. That's just what it is. You're gonna spend your money on me.
Glad you touched on that because I'm sure you're
but-
already aware that a lot of your other sisters with vulvas, they like to live that lifestyle where the guy got to come with that bag and completely take care of shorty.
I mean, he does need to take care of me if I'm entertaining him. But
Okay,
it's not in a sense
and when I
where,
say
like,
take
I'm not
care,
gonna
I
be able to
mean
take care of myself.
right, like they feel as though they don't have to take care of themselves.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
something that's like that.
Oh yeah, no, I understand. There's a lot of women like that too.
So if you could say anything to them personally, what would you say to them that's always about like sucking a nigga for everything he has,
I mean, they doing
physically and financially?
they're giving these niggas something, and it seems like that's all the niggas want in the first
Now,
place.
do you-
Not saying that it's right because people are fucked up and people do what they gonna do, but niggas, all they want is something good next to them, good looking next to them.
Uh-huh.
They just want something to stick their dick in and suck on them and all that other stuff.
Right.
So a lot of them are not looking for anything more than that. They don't want any substance. They're not looking for, you know, a partner, business partners. They're not looking for mothers of children. They're looking for holes to stick something
Right,
in.
right,
And
right.
when these women, these young girls see that, they get tired of not making any money off of it and start capitalizing off of it. And it's fucked up. It's crazy, but shade.
So what you're saying for the niggas like that is just like looking for the hoes, essentially just get a check and they gonna flock, pretty much.
That's what they do.
I mean, but it's like,
But-
of course it's gonna attract that one type of audience. But if that's what they're looking for, that's their best bet, pretty much.
I mean, that's what you're going to run into.
Right.
That's what you're setting yourself up with. And like I said before, the conversation we had before, people do get tricked. Not everybody's looking for a trick. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, everybody don't want a trick.
No.
But people do get tricked. There are finessers and shit like that.
Right.
But there
Atlanta's
are
home of the finesses and the cappers.
But there
We
are
already-
also motherfuckers who want that shit. That's what they want. They don't want nothing else. They don't want anybody who they can partner up with. They just want something that looks good with them at the time. And that's what a lot of these girls are willing to give. They're willing to keep themselves up and cut themselves up so they can be that his favorite bag that month. You know what I'm saying? It's fucked up. It's crazy. But while they're doing all of that, they're running them niggas' pockets. So a transaction is being made.
They're running them pockets.
Yeah, like a transaction is being made.
Right.
But I mean, it's fucked up. I don't really have an opinion about it. I just think that life's fucked up and crazy.
Right.
I know I'm gonna do what I want, so I can't. I'm not willing to be employed by no man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna employ. Either we partners and we doing this together, or I'm gonna do it on my own. Like
Okay.
I don't feel like I need no nigga for nothing.
Right.
It's I want to watch
I don't
it.
think you should either.
Yeah.
So let's touch on some more of your interests. What are your some of the milestones and goals?
Okay, well, I'm studying to be a clinical sexologist and sex therapist.
Sex therapy.
It's a, and so I just graduated with my bachelor's in psychology.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And I'm going to get my certification in aromatherapy and massage therapy before I go to graduate school. Because I want to do holistic medication for like my specialty in my studies. So I want to study like natural like healing remedies and things like that, so I can use that for applying knowledge in my sex therapy studies.
Okay. Now, I know you talked earlier about clientele at Hooters and strip clubs. Now, do you think at all in your profession that you're pursuing that you're going to run into some of those sick dudes that feel as though they're entitled?
Oh yeah, I'm sure I
And they feel
will.
as though they're gonna host a sex therapy session, but it's really to try and get at you. You think that's gonna happen at all?
I mean, I'm sure I'll experience that, but like my intent for it, like for example, my specialty is female orgasm.
Right.
So what I'm going into this with the intent of doing is to find information and create a platform for women to understand themselves better and take back the control that we should have had millions of years ago. You know what I'm saying? As far as understanding what our bodies are, the value in what our bodies are, and what they can do, and what we deserve as female entities and beings. And so within that, my studies and my teachings of that, I hope to have an influence on the sexual culture. And of course, I'm going to have to charge some sessions to the game with the gross ass, you know what I'm saying, niggas and misogynist, patriotic, you know what I'm saying, oh, I'm a man, this and that. And I will also take those opportunities to try my best to patiently educate and help those men understand that, you know what I'm saying, they're only a small relevance in the huge understanding of what sex is and the purposes of it and the beauty of it and what it's supposed to be for people who are interacting in it. So like, I mean, I'm definitely sure I'll be running into some craziness, but I mean, that's a part of the balance of it. I can't have the good without the bad, and it'll help me appreciate and remind me of why I'm doing this, because niggas like him.
Right. Now, how are you gonna deal with the women who have who has similar feminist beliefs as you, that's secretly trying to plot on you? How you deal with that?
What do you
Somebody
mean?
that's already hip to, like, you know,
What I'm saying?
yeah, hip to what you're saying, but they secretly trying to, you know, they trying to see how much honey they can get also. Just like how a nigga would. How you deal with that?
I mean,
Because there's some of them out there.
Yeah, you have to keep it professional. You know
keep
what I'm
it
saying?
professional.
I'm not gonna be like fucking my fucking clients.
And besides, and even if you did, you're grown. That's your choice. You can do exactly what you want to, as long as long as y'all keep it professional in the room, and however else y'all want to do it outside of work, it's all good.
There's a level of. There's certain things you can't cross. Like, I'm not gonna sleep with my clientele.
Okay.
I'm not gonna.
I feel like as a business.
If you want to sleep with me, you can't come to me.
Oh, okay. I mean, but you gonna be busy getting into this bag. What if that's the only way that they can get in contact with you?
Is sleeping with me?
No, by hosting a session so they can actually like talk to you like, hey, I like to take you out sometime.
I mean, that would be cute, probably.
Would you still go on the date?
I mean, if there wasn't something like really, really long, yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
We'd have to do a diagnosis first. Because, I mean, that's a lot. Finding my practice and then getting scheduled in just to talk to me. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to be in the bag, but not that much.
Okay. All right. So that was my little spiel with my guest, Honey. Now, don't forget to tune in to Day in the Life. Episode 3 is coming real soon. Anything else you'd like to say to the people, Honey?
Thank you guys for having me. Thank you, Russ, for having me.
No
this is really
problem.
fun. It's my first interview.
Oh, and if people actually do want to hit you up, you know, for that day,
Oh, yeah.
or they're trying to throw you some dick, how do they go about
No,
it?
don't throw me no dick. I don't want any dick.
Okay,
6,
so
7. Oh no, I don't want my number.
Give them your Instagram.
My
Give them your
Honey
Simone,
Simone, HoneySimone. And then I'm Honey Simone on Twitter too, but my Twitter handle is petite ass black bitch. But we're just gonna add that on this somewhere.
Go add her.
Yeah, because it's hard to spell and I always spell it wrong.
You can get way more of this.
Yes. SoundCloud, Honey Simone. I do
Oh yeah,
sing,
support the
I
music
write.
too. She
I have a
raps.
website. I do rap. I sing. I
Rap
have a
and
website.
sing.
I blog, and I have a sex blog that I write for too. AYL.com.
And you can get all of this if you follow her on social media.
Follow me on Instagram.
And if you don't already follow me already, you already know it's REALRUCK. Real Ruck. All right, we checking out.